Hi there, you are at the Stellar Wyckoff session. So let me quickly adjust the mic and there we go. We're looking at the weekly chart of Stellar and you see two sets of tags and this one's color isn't right. So what's happening here is because the price is at a level much higher than the previous long accumulation period from 2022 all the way to late 2024. That's why I have put in originally the blue tags, indicating it's probably still a late stage of the distribution cycle. However, we can't eliminate the fact that Stellar is having a higher accumulation period this time because it did not have two different periods. Because for some other altcoins, if you have been in my sessions, you see a little pump around early, like late 2023, early 2024. This has not happened for Stellar. So this time, the pump in 2020, late 2024, early 2025. Well, not that. Actually, in December it started to decline until it did the second test in 2025. Anyway, it's still a distribution period that pushed it to our buying climax as high as the upwards back in 2021. So, if Stellar is like regaining momentum again, much like the other top altcoins, there is a chance that it starts accumulation over here. That's why I've added these orange tags as well, these accumulation period tags. So the only thing we're waiting now to confirm is, let me change this should be this color. So if this is really an accumulation, then what we're waiting for is a sign of strength. That would be something that passes this white line. This white line is around 27 cents 50. That's the line defined by this long-term playground zone that most of the time Stellar has been trading within this range. So when that happens, that's going to tell us maybe Stellar has entered or at least passed the middle of the accumulation period. If we look at what happened here, it's like cutting into half-half. The first half before the sign of strength took like around 440 days, and then the second half also took around 460 days. So it's like 50-50, but very long wait, over a year for both. So now that's the context in terms of the higher level timeline, because that's going to govern what's happened at a lower level timeline that we're going to look at now. So last week we have put in these Wyckoff tags for daily, and again here it seems like we have a sign of strength developed very quickly compared to what's over here. So during late March, from the automatic rally all the way to the sign of strength, it took an entire month, 32 days, from peak to peak. Currently, from peak to peak, let's say currently is the peak, it took only 14 days, so like less than half the time it took for what happened in March. However, these are at a lower level, so when the next pump comes, let's say if the price retreat like last time, if it follows this blue line, you see this blue line in the middle, right? So if it follows and retreat a little, and then eventually it climbs, this blue box is going to likely give the buying climax a little bit pressure. So you see the buying climax was here, that's around 32 cents. Well, the actual peak was higher, it was 33, the actual high, looking at the wick, but that's about it, 32 to 33 cents for last time. If it does pump, first the resistance would be the white line at around 27 cents, eventually this line at around 29 cents. The sooner the pump happens, there's a higher chance that it go higher. But as of this moment, 30 cents is, even if it climbs tomorrow, today even, 30 cents is going to be a very strong resistance. Of course, it has to first go past the 27 cents. That's the picture for Stellar for now. With all these resistance lines happening and this downward trend going on, how or when it's going to break the downward trend, it's likely going to be when the weekly is going to show a sign of strength. Assuming this orange tag is correct, then the time when it comes to the purple line at 34 cents, around 34 cents again, it will be the time on the daily chart that shows this little pump, not as big as before during this period, because like I said in the beginning, the weekly is going to affect the daily and the daily won't go past the weekly. So that's the case, and that's all for Stellar, and that's the 4 coins for today. If you haven't been to the previous sessions, feel free to go take a look and see you.